Hi, today I'm going to show you how I made these Jungle Cruise inspired ears for my wife. Some of the supplies you need are some rope. I found this with wiring in it in the floral section of Hobby Lobby. A bandana I got there for 99 cents. A headband that matched the theme. Some fairy lights, I'll link in the description. These are from Amazon and they're great. I love the glow and I love the small battery pack on them. And they've got that wire so you can bend them around and they'll stay. Some wire cutters, of course, to cut the wire. Glue gun, glue sticks. I found these long glue sticks at Walmart. I found the cheap ones work great. Some scissors, some polyfill or something to stuff your ears with. And let's get started. So basically I'm going to take the material. This bandana again was 99 cents at Hobby Lobby. Great deal. I'm going to cut out a piece 9 by 13. We're going to take the long edge and we're going to go ahead and fold it in half. Fold it in half the other way. This is really just to mark the center. We're going to mark that with a dot of glue. And then we're going to take the long edge. We're actually going to fold that into the center and kind of just press down where you put that dot of glue. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And then what I like to do is come along the edge, especially because this material seems to fray a little bit, is to put some glue on the edge. And hot glue those edges together. I did notice when cutting this it does fray, so I found that putting some of the hot glue on the ends like that also helps keep the material together itself. Then we're going to go ahead and put a dot glue in the center. We're going to then fold in that short side into the middle, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, this is the basic thing that I do for most of the bows. I do put a little dot of glue in there to keep those edges down. I just find it helps to make the back of the bow look better, and you'll have less cleanup work to do later. There we go. So we got a little rectangle. That's going to be our bow. We're going to take another strip of that bandana, and we're kind of the cut edges we're going to fold into the center of it and kind of glue down together. So I did that to make a strip there, and then we're going to take that. We're actually going to wrap it around the bow. So you're going to kind of look at your bow and get a general idea of what you want your bow to look like. And once you do that, you're going to wrap that strip we made around there. And of course you just cut off some of that and you glue it down. Now you do want to make sure that the edge that you glue down is out of sight. I like to do mine underneath the bow, so that way you don't see that cut edge from the back either. There we go, made a nice bow. Now you're going to take the foam and batting material and you're going to use that to cut out some center pieces. In this case I just used some cardboard. And then I actually found an old pillowcase that we had that was kind of the tan material, so that was free. But you're going to take the pattern for the ear cutting line and you're going to use that to trace out on the material that you want for your ears. Now you can see I extend the line here past the bottom because I want that extra material, because we're going to use that material to wrap around and also to give you some room when you're stuffing the ears. But I do still draw a line where it's at, so I got a general idea where I can fold in at. There you go, just cut them out. Make sure you cut that extended area that you put in there. You're going to take your cardboard pieces and you're just going to kind of put them in there. you'll notice that there's a little edge around. What you're going to do is you're going to take that edge and you're going to glue the sides down, but you're going to leave that bottom open so that you can stuff it later. You're just going to put some glue around the edge of the cardboard and press that fabric down just a little bit here and there, and just kind of work your way around slowly. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to see this part. This is going to be the inside of the ear. And again, you cut out 4 pieces of that batting, the cardboard, the inside material, and then you cut out 4 pieces of the fabric that you're going to use. Because it's going to take you making 2 of those we just made for each ear. I just kind of like stretch it a little bit to kind of make sure that I've got room for stuffing in there. The cardboard can bend too, that's okay. But here we go, we've got 4, and again here you're going to piece them together like so that you make 2 ears. And then here you're going to go ahead and start stuffing. Basically you're just going to stuff each of the 4. I do like to use, in this case, the stuffing I got actually came with a stuffing tool, a stick you can stick in there. If you don't have that, if you had Chinese food recently and have some chopsticks laying around, you can use those. I actually used those before I found out that the stuffing tool was in the stuffing, but don't tell my wife, she'll make fun of me. But here we go, I just kind of stuffed them up, and I didn't put a whole lot of stuffing in there because you're stuffing both sides, and for these with the light up, I didn't want them to be too stuffed. Basically you're going to take one side, you're going to glue down the inside of it, but on the other side you're going to leave that bottom side, that extra material there, you're going to leave it open, because we're going to come back and we're going to wrap that around the bottom of the headband later to help give it some security. I found that you don't have to do that, so if you want to, if you find out that you accidentally closed it all up, that's fine. But once you get those the way you want to, you're going to close up at least one. You're going to put a lot of excess glue there on the backing, and you're going to kind of just squish them and stick them together. Press down for a while, maybe 20 seconds. I think that's the recommended time for glue to dry. Or hot glue anyway. And you're going to make it like a little sandwich there. I mean, basically it's going to be like a whoopie pie you can't eat. That sounds horrible. A whoopie pie you can't eat. Anyway, we're going to take this rope with a wire inside, again found in the floral section at Hobby Lobby. And again, Hobby Lobby is great because if you don't know, you get a 40% coupon, so pretty much everything is almost half off. I did go ahead and stick the battery pack of the lights into the back of the bow there, because what I'm going to do here is the bow's pretty much attached to the lights now, but I'm going to take these lights, again these are like the perfect lights for this. I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to wrap it around this piece that I cut off. Now I cut off the piece to match the edge of the ear so it'll fit around the ear. I'm going to wrap the lights around there, and then I'm going to glue that onto the ears. So this is a way to get the light up ears using the wiring, but also have the stuffed ears there. So kind of the best of both worlds. Again, this is the first time I did this too. But you're going to take that whoopie pie edge where you would normally see the cream sticking out, and you're going to cover up that cream. So you're going to glue that edging around. Now, this is awesome, especially if you're going to do no-sew ears, because you can find all sorts of trimming out there and you can use it around the edge, and it always looks fabulous. see, I just wrap it around there and glue it on down. There we go, got some lights around in here. I always like to turn them on, kind of get an idea where those lights are. Here I'm showing you where it's going to go on the bow, on the headband, and then you're going to have the bow on the top there, and you're going to have that other ear. Okay, so what we're going to do here next is we're going to basically do the other ear. Again, we take a piece there, measure it out for the other ear too. I did stop here and go back and kind of mark the headband where I was going to put these pieces. I went ahead and wanted to glue that ear on, so I kind of knew how much give I could go with the lights from there, if that makes sense. So I went ahead and glued this first ear on, the one we already had the lights on. Just held it in place there for a little bit, make sure it was attached. And then I got an idea after wrapping the lights around that other ear where the other one was going to go. And of course I attached that to the other one as well. This set of ears, I decided that I was going to go ahead and cover up the front there and give me a place to put the lights as well. So I took another piece of that wire rope there and measured it out to meet the base of the ear, and I went ahead and wrapped that in lights as well. And then of course I go back and I glue that piece down there as well. That way I just didn't have the lights just running across the front, but you had them wrapping around the wire to use up some of that extra wire space. And then I did take the wire and I went back through the bottom part that we're going to wrap around the headband, the bottom part of the fabric on the ear. You're going to wrap around the headband. I went through the back side there with the light, and then of course here I am just wrapping the excess wire around that's attached to the bow. And I got it down. You'll notice on these lights there's a plastic part there that goes from the battery pack base, and I kind of glued that into place there a little bit. And then I looked at how I was going to put the bow on here. Okay, so I went ahead and decided that I was going to cover up some of that wiring there so you wouldn't see it. So I cut off another strip, the same strip that I had used to wrap around the bow, and just made a little cover up at the bottom. Then I'm going to glue the bow onto that. And of course we're going to come back and we're going to take that excess material there. We're going to trim it a little so it doesn't stick out, but we're going to glue it on the bottom there, and you're done. There's another set of ears. I really hope you like these, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.